Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode number 14 of the Subscription Podcast, and I'd like to welcome my co-host, Christopher George, back, the man with three first names, Christopher Michael George.
Happy to be back, after the contract negotiations. I had
That
to sit
was
out.
brutal.
Had to sit out a couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, your agent was like RE Gold all the way through it.
I'm in high demand these days.
I know, and that's the hard part. We're happy to have you back. Part of the contract.
I heard you had to take a big pay cut for me.
But I appreciate that because I got more pay as part of that, and so I took most of your pay.
No.
We make $0 doing this. But in the other part of the contract, I know it's hard for you to give up the glasses.
Yeah, no. We're still in negotiation.
Yeah, that is post-contract. All right, so let's get into it. What do your laundry, Dish Network, Sling TV, Twitter, AutoShip, Victoria's Secret, and blue check marks all have in common?
Subscription.
You nailed it. They're all topics for the podcast today.
Oh, that's great. Right.
And what's even more fun, they all have to do with your life in some way.
Okay.
That's what we're doing.
I had no idea what we're talking about today.
So
it's great.
There's one thing I asked you to take a look at. I don't want to talk about the company themselves, but I want to talk about
their checkout.
Their checkout. They're actually a SubSummit speaker, and it's the data behind it is what's remarkable.
Right.
So let's talk about laundry first, because I came across this subscription the other day. It is a laundry subscription, and this is a service you utilize in your life, correct?
Is
your laundry done? Yeah, they
Yep.
come pick it up.
Yep.
This is one called Happy Nest Laundry. What do you pay on average for your laundry weekly?
Well, I don't pay for that service anymore because the cleaning lady does my laundry.
Okay.
But I did when I
What a
did.
nice cleaning lady.
Yeah, she gets paid really well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm getting hustled.
When you did, maybe, what do you pay your cleaning lady?
Too much.
Weekly? Monthly?
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks. Okay. Your laundry's only done every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You have that many shirts and socks and underwear.
Yeah, not yet that. And I wear the same hoodie 45 times before washing it because I feel like the hoodie gets ruined after you wash it. So I go to full extent.
Okay.
And, I have an abundance.
Yeah, you have a lot of hoodies.
I've got 50 black hoodies.
Wow.
Then another 50 just colored.
The trademark of successful entrepreneurs is not having to worry about what they're wearing every single day.
Yes.
So you just go in and that's
I
what's
wear
there.
the exact same thing every day.
Okay. So when you were paying for laundry on
I think it was $42 or something. It was by weight.
Yeah, correct. That's the way this service does. And what's interesting on the website, you can go to pricing and they tell you the pricing is per pound.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I were to explore this, I kind of imagined it would be based on the bag, filling the bag to a certain level. Probably the same thing. But
yeah, it was close. I mean, I just filled the bag. They came and picked it up. 2 days later, they dropped it off in the bag, folded.
Okay. That's nice.
Yeah.
2 days later?
Yeah, I think 2 or
That's fair.
3, yeah.
So this is a $1.90 per pound. Could be as low as $1.70.
Are they nationwide?
In neighborhood. They're in select areas right now. They are in Metro Detroit.
They are?
Yeah, I saw in Troy, Michigan. So we could set it outside of the office here for you.
Do they have it in Bloomfield?
Get picked up? Yeah, I'm sure in this area.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's probably more prevalent in cities for us, Birmingham, or New York, Chicago. Single person doesn't want to do laundry, very busy.
Yeah. I can tell you in our house, Jen is the chief of the laundry, my wife, and our kids, though, we have a nanny that comes in because Logan's still in preschool, and she does the kids' laundry, and that is the nicest thing in our lives.
Yeah.
And it's even though Jen assumes that responsibility in our household, I know she's happier when she's not having to have that mental weight on her head. So if we didn't have Terry, this is something I would consider and subscribe to. It's a amenity, it's a nicety in life.
Yeah, I think that I like it a lot. My cleaning lady didn't do it. I'd probably do it. But here's the funny thing is my cleaning lady came last Monday. So not 2 days ago. That clothes is still in the dryer.
Oh.
She didn't
pull it out and fold it.
So I got to make, my
it's time for a difficult conversation.
My girlfriend come fold it.
Or you can just pull it out and throw it in a bin on the side. Yeah,
no,
just work out of there like I do.
It's messed up that I haven't folded it yet. I just keep going in there and grabbing new underwear.
Because that's life, man. You got a lot of things going on. It's just easy to pull from that. That's what happens in our house a lot. There will be a basket of underwear and socks that are sitting there. We'll pull from it for 3 or 4 days until we finally let's just take care of this and be done with it. The other day I folded the laundry on the bed and I was like, who folded the laundry? I was like, I did.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I got all kinds of bonus points for some strange reason. But I think so. The way what I wanted to talk about this was the way they approached the pricing on their website, which was super interesting. They said, they did the per weight price, and they said, rather than, because the question on the site goes, how much does my laundry weigh? It says, without stepping onto a scale to get your own weight, figure your laundry typically weighs like a 13-gallon kitchen bag will have 15 pounds of laundry, 1 or 2 loads. And then they give you the pricing, and they say the person generally spends $40 to $50 per time on it.
Yeah.
Which is a good way of approaching it in terms of like, hey, look, here's a range. Don't stress out about it. Just they're explaining the luxury and the benefit of it that way. Mm-hmm. I don't know many other services that really do that.
So it's a subscription, but it's a variable cost.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to come on a recurring frequency.
But the variable cost in terms of
it's depending on what you're paying in there. But I look at subscription, as because it has that frequency. Same thing with like membership and loyalty programs.
I wonder what happens if they come to pick it up and the bag's not out there. It's got to be some fee.
You think so? Like a trip fee? There's got to be, right? Picking up and delivery, 19 questions. Oof. They send you text. Should I enable text updates for pickup and delivery? That would help me a ton. Like, hey, don't forget, put the bag out tonight. All sorts of different status in here. And the latest like schedule. That's interesting. There's all sorts of like questions. I would have a million questions around this whole thing. But kind of jumping over to like the world of subscription, different programs out there. I was reading recently about Victoria's Secret rolling out their new loyalty program. It's called the VS and Pink Collective. And one of the things that they're doing with it is the loyalty program allows you to shop between the different stores that they have. So Victoria's Secret, Pink, and they've got a couple other in the brand there. And use no matter your payment type or no matter which store you're shopping in, they all kind of combine into one. And I'm wondering, like, why is that just now happening for them? Why are they just now rolling this up as like one?
They have Adore Me too, right?
Yeah, I think they have Adore Me.
They probably weren't thinking that. Look, they're identifying ways to provide more value.
Yeah,
it's bundling up. It's their version of it. They own them all.
Do you have a favorite loyalty program you really like? One that you find a ton of value in?
It's crazy. I should. I don't. I don't pay attention to any of them.
Yeah, you're terrible at that.
Horrible.
You're like the fact, like even with Delta, the fact that you don't pay attention.
I booked flights Delta. And like I went to pay, and like I was like, oh, let me check how many miles I have. It was like 380,000. I didn't even know.
What's wrong with you? How do
you
you not
got
like?
my flight,
you care so much about like You're such a negotiator. That's what surprises me.
But not when it's something for me.
Ah, that's interesting.
I negotiate for business. I don't negotiate when I'm buying because it's embarrassing to me to negotiate.
Yeah, but these are benefits and these are things that can save you money.
I understand. I just don't know.
For you, it's about the time, right? It's about the time having to take and figure it out. And
you know how like you get credit card points?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know until they send me an email. Like, oh, we're just sending you this check because you haven't redeemed them in a year and a half. So, my favorite loyalty program, I don't use a single one probably.
So, like when you go to, there's a place you eat, like so I guess DoorDash. DoorDash should have a loyalty program.
Oh, I would have 1,000,000 points.
Yeah, you would have tons of points.
I would be able to buy food for years.
Yes.
The casinos, I use their perks.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
You do. We found one.
What?
We found one for you.
Yeah.
And you do. Yeah, you use the room nights, but
I use the room nights. I use the dinners.
So why does that one resonate with you? Why does that one? Because they give you like high-end perks and
they're good perks. And you think about those days you lost and you're like, I need to get my value back. But I definitely think about it. That is the loyalty program point. Like I use that for sure. Like when we were just in there for Shoptalk, like we had some rooms for free. We had all our foods for free.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't spend much money at all.
Right.
But outside of that, I don't use a loyalty program. No Starbucks, nothing.
I think so. We identified in here there's a big missed opportunity for DoorDash to have a loyalty program.
Aren't they coming to the conference?
For sure.
We'll tell them.
Yeah, they were there last year. They'll be there again this year.
Yeah, it's wild. They should have one.
Yeah, because you'll increase your frequency, and then when you're having to choose between DoorDash and Uber Eats, you're more likely to stay with DoorDash.
Yes.
Now I'm sure within their Dash Pass subscription, they know you're going to be more likely to use it because of that. But,
Yeah.
One of the things that we've seen Delta roll out recently is connecting to your Starbucks rewards account.
I know that.
So every time you're making a purchase on Delta, you're getting, whenever you're spending over at Starbucks, you're getting more Sky Miles and things like that.
Huh.
Yeah, you got to link them up. And so imagine if you linked up your DoorDash to your Delta Sky Miles. And
I'm flying across the country for free.
Yeah. You could live on private jets probably.
Yeah. What's your favorite loyalty program?
I talk a lot about Starbucks because they've done a great job of hooking in my daughters to start to be part of that and get into it. I really am enjoying what Delta has been doing, though. Rolling out the free Wi-Fi in the flights.
Yeah, Delta as a company just does it right.
They're great.
Let me tell you how much of an effect they've had on me based on their experience. I don't fly any other way.
Right.
I don't even check prices. I pull up the Delta app and I pick my flight.
Right. Right. Now, we are spoiled living in a city that's a major hub.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a lot of flights in and out. I mean, like if you look to like flights to Atlanta, which is also a major hub, you could go 20 times in a day. So that's a benefit. But it's because too, they're like, you're right. Like I had to put Jen on Spirit one time because the Delta flight got canceled. And I was like, I haven't been to that terminal in ages.
I don't even know. Yeah. Like I'm fairly certain that like, if we were leaving Friday to go somewhere, I would check flights on Delta, and if there wasn't any available, I would just check Saturday.
Right.
I wouldn't even look to see if there was another airline that could send me out on Friday.
Yeah.
It's not even crossing my mind. I don't even think there's another airline in my world.
So price isn't a factor for you though, because you generally you go more for convenience over price in your life.
Yeah.
Bradley, what's your favorite loyalty program if you have to?
I would say. So I have one that is for video and camera equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Now, B&H Photo is like the big one that people use. That's the most common for equipment in terms of an online direct shop. But there is another one that sometimes has less stuff, but it has a loyalty program, whereas B&H doesn't. So I will often shop on that website more so than B&H. Because of that. And mostly they have most of the same stuff, but sometimes B&H is just a bigger brand, but I'll pick that over B&H any day because that exists.
Because the perks you get out of it and what you get?
Yeah, there's loyalty points and you'll get money towards a further purchase, and B&H doesn't have anything.
Nothing. Because I remember one time we were buying something for the studio, like, oh, I'll put it through my account because I'll get the points. I thought it was B&H.
No, it's Adorama, I think
Adorama,
that's how it's pronounced.
yeah.
Adorama.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
They used to have a store at Somerset a long time ago, I think. It used to be retail.
Oh, interesting.
Or on Woodward. Maybe either way.
I think they work. The moral story is these loyalty programs work.
What's better, a paid loyalty program or a free loyalty program?
Depends on how much value you get.
Yeah. So
paid loyalty program is a subscription.
It is. So there's I buy a lot from Uncommon Goods. Every year around Christmas. Yeah, I love it.
Don't buy me anything.
Well, I get you other things. They're from other sources.
I don't remember. You haven't bought me anything in like years.
I actually bought you a print, and then I gave it to you, and then it sat under your desk. You're like, for
5 years.
I already bought this
I
one.
already had it. I didn't open it for 4 years.
There's something I got you 2 years ago, and I didn't give it to you guys because it ended up coming really late, and it sucked, and I returned it, and then I never got you anything to replace it. You and John, your present. I'm never gonna tell you what it was.
It's unbelievable.
But. So Uncommon Goods, we get stuff from.
What was it?
I'm never going to tell you.
I don't want to know.
So Uncommon Goods, they have a annual membership where you get free shipping on all of your orders for the rest of the year. Once you join that, it's like $79 a year or something. Maybe it's less than that.
And you do that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry, the price was probably higher. It actually probably is only like $20 or $30. Yeah. It's something more reasonable to where like you're making it up on the first order, and then every order after that's free. But and so that's where like that's a paid loyalty program in essence, and you get other perks and stuff from behind it.
Cool.
I don't know. It's worth trying and looking into, and I think there's tons of opportunity in the world of loyalty that people aren't exploring a ton yet. But I'm mostly glad I'm talking to the real Chris George here today.
Wow, who's the fake one?
Thank God we know with the blue check mark you have on Instagram now.
Oh. Oh, that's why. Good segue. Great segue there.
I got accolades from Brad and
Yeah.
Alex last week. Listen, you pulled the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
You got the blue check mark.
Mm-hmm.
And then what?
That's pointless.
No?
No, I mean, look at
How much are you paying for that, by the way?
$15 a month. I did it because I knew that it'd be helpful when we go to reach out to brands that will end up in the primary inbox. That is the only reason. Because at this point, anybody can get it. So to me, there's not I think they're going to come out with a gold check or something. And I remember thinking when I got it, I didn't care at all. I did it because I knew that we'd be in the primary.
Okay.
Now,
so
if I think that
it's a business
very
decision.
all business decision.
Fair.
If my content gets better, the algorithm showcases it more.
Yep.
That's helpful. Again,
Yeah.
still business. When I'm preaching some messages personally, I'd like that idea, but that was the number one, knowing that we'd be in the primary for messaging out.
So you're reaching out to brands, inviting them to SubSummit,
Yeah.
sponsors, different things like that.
Sometimes I'm tagging a school that I might be speaking at. They don't even see it. Then they might see it now.
Yeah.
If I'm really upset with a brand, now I
Yeah.
can get in front of their face.
I tweeted to Crumble Cookies last night. I don't know if I still have a response
work?
from them. I don't think I still have a response, and I'm still paying for Twitter Blue, which is less than Instagram. Patrick Campbell posted something.
Do you have it? I thought it was you think I didn't see the check on.
Yeah, I got Twitter Blue, not Instagram.
Oh.
I'm trying to lean into Twitter more. I'm trying to get more involved with Twitter again. I'm really enjoying it. Twitter actually makes me a little bit depressed. I feel inadequate. I see all these other successful entrepreneurs out there, and I'm like, oh, they're so smart.
Yeah, you're smart.
And saying good things. Yeah, but I appreciate that. But they have good content, and I just need to get more engaged and talk more. But what's interesting is they rolled out Twitter subscriptions for creators now. So you could take somebody, like Nick Sharma out there can give special access to certain tweets to people who subscribe from $3 to $5 a month to them.
Yeah.
Most of the people that I'm seeing that I follow are saying hey, 80 subscribers in the first 24 hours, 250 subscribers in the first 24 hours. So I'm doing the math on it, looking at their subscriber counts. They're getting about 0.1% of their followers to subscribe in the first 24 hours, which, you take somebody with 200,000 subscribers, $5 a month, it's about $1,000, $1,200 a month. That's money, and so I think you're going to start to see more of that. And if Instagram rolls out something like that, imagine you could take your audience and turn it into a monetization strategy.
Yeah, if that's what I wanted to do, I probably wouldn't do it.
You have a good audience and a good loyal audience.
I never liked that paying for content. I like to give it out for free.
Why not though?
I feel
there's no value to it.
I feel if all of my content was around specifically subscription, I think that a lot of the stuff I talk about you could find somewhere. I'm just the one that's preaching it. On subscription, there might be some elements where I've got some insights, but someone still can find it. I don't think there's anything special about me. I think I'm just not afraid to say certain things, or at least try to motivate other people.
So that's what makes you special, though.
Yeah,
maybe is you'll get out there and you'll talk about it, and obviously you have a following, and people like it and engage with it because maybe they aren't getting it elsewhere. They need that in their lives, and I think that's valuable. What is interesting, we talked about this a couple episodes ago, where I think this opportunity was kind of laid out for Twitter, and we started talking about, are people going to move away from Patreon, who's going to be at SubSummit, by the way, and start going to using Twitter for creators instead. And it's going to be an interesting path to see what happens there.
Be interesting to see.
Massive new world of subscription.
I think if I could provide a ton of value, then I would be okay. Knowing if I was going to charge them $5, I was giving $100 worth. Yeah, I would be okay.
And I think, and I like that attitude. I like that mentality because you want to show value, you want to make it. And I think you have that, if we all, a lot of us, have time to put into it and can be thoughtful about it. I think that could be extremely valuable in there. You mentioned Shoptalk earlier. I want to come back around to it for a second. We were both at Shoptalk a couple weeks ago, and we're bouncing around doing different things. What was one of your favorite parts about Shoptalk this year?
Wow, that's a great question. I mean, I think overall, seeing these high caliber of speakers and brands all together in a room is great. I love that. Seeing some old faces that I haven't seen in a while.
It was great to see a lot of friends. Yeah.
Yeah. Like going down the hall and people saying, Chris, like I hadn't seen these people in a while. So that was fun. I think,
like, hey, you. No.
Yeah.
It's so hard though.
So
you know,
hard.
like when somebody, Nathan from Pipsticks walked up to me and I was like, oh gosh, I know. No. But it was like, he caught me.
Yeah,
I walked and he caught me off guard. I was like, Nathan, yes, you know, you don't see somebody for so long in person. And
I for sure had like a dozen of those.
Yeah.
I didn't remember who they were. But I think that was it. Big part is getting people back together. The exhibit hall was beautiful. You know, for us, we're learning a ton over there. I think that the reasoning we're there is different than for other people, but I can see some of the high value.
I dipped into a couple things. One was our Shark Reef pitch competition thing. It was cool to watch. A lot of really cool pieces of tech coming out of that one. I didn't stick around for the awards to see who won, but I just know there are a lot of great competitors in there. I saw the DoorDash, one of the lead products over at DoorDash, talking about Dash Pass. And one of the things, I mentioned this on a podcast while you're gone, was he said, the goal of Dash Pass is to just make life easier for people, which is super fascinating to hear them talk about. Because now they're rolling in returns, like Amazon returns. They'll come and pick up your Amazon returns via Dash Pass and stuff like that. Wow. Do you use DoorDash to its like full extent? Like, do you use all the other elements?
I had no idea it did anything like that.
I mean, I think these are things they're starting to layer in. Like,
so they'll come pick up your returns.
Yeah.
You have to pay them a fee though.
I don't know if you do or don't. I didn't get that deep into it because I don't subscribe to it, but you got to try it and tell us.
I don't even know what I pay for Dash Pass.
How much?
$5.99 a month?
Probably something like that.
It saves me $3 a delivery. I definitely, you should be impressed by me with that. Because I'm saving a good $200 a month on it.
It makes sense. It makes sense to use.
Like Dash Pass, I'm a horrible customer for Dash Pass. They should eliminate that for me. They'd make more money.
No, your loyalty has gone up. Because they're making money on the restaurants.
No.
That way. They're still making money on you.
Me as a consumer is messed up. I just use DoorDash because I just like DoorDash.
Yeah. It's a convenience play.
I don't ever pick it because of Dash Pass.
We've talked about this on here before. Like, Bradley, are you a Dash Pass subscriber? Do we get into this?
No, I am not.
You're not.
Alex is.
You are, Alex, and you see value in it.
How much is it?
How much is it? We have no idea.
Google.
Nobody knows.
I'm telling you, it's saving me $3 an order.
It's like $7 a month, $8 a month.
I order every day, twice a day, 25 days a week, a month.
I'm
probably 50 orders. I'm probably minimum 35.
$10 a month.
35 a month times I use.
If your order food delivery and your orders usually exceed $12, Dash Pass can provide considerable savings on orders, especially when you factor in tax, tip, and delivery fees. That's from Nerd Wallet telling us this.
Okay, can I just hold on? Ready? Are we ready?
Yeah.
Let's just start. Give me a date.
Time out. Do you know certain Chase cards will give you free Dash Pass?
Oh, I probably have that card.
Free trial. Oh, only free trial. Sorry, never mind.
All right, let's just go back to the start of the month.
Okay.
I'll tell you how many times I DoorDashed.
We're 19 days into the month right now. By the way, happy tax day yesterday to everybody.
We're going to take 4 days off because, no, we have to take off. I was in Vegas and New York. Take those days off.
Okay.
So what was that?
You didn't use DoorDash while you were in either of those places?
No. So let's take off 9 days.
Jeez, so we got 10 days.
10 days, ready?
Frequency.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Huh.
One a day.
That's so bad.
Okay.
Let's check March. Okay. Now we don't need to waste our time with this. But yeah. Maybe not. Maybe I'm averaging one a day.
You might be. I feel like
that's like 30 days. That's 30 times a month.
I see you
okay, but on $3,
it adds up. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But you're more loyal because you have that. That's what my point is. Like, and that's where like a good loyalty program, I consider, I mean, it's a membership. It's they need to layer it. I think there's a huge opportunity for them.
23 times a March. It's not bad. I'm actually impressed with myself. There's something wrong. I don't think that data's correct.
Okay, I'm going to come back to Shoptalk for a second.
Okay.
The second speaker I saw at Shoptalk was a Chewy CEO, and I also mentioned this on a previous podcast while you were gone, but I want to get your take on this.
Okay.
He said 73% of our revenue comes from a quasi-subscription program called AutoShip. that phrasing was particularly interesting to me.
Okay.
Do you use Chewy for dog food?
Not anymore.
No? What'd you switch to?
Farmer's Dog.
Okay. Do they call it subscribe and save, or do they call it auto ship?
Auto ship.
Okay. I was talking with a brand the other day. When they changed from subscribe and save to auto ship, 30 to 40% lift.
Get out.
Not even
Hold
kidding
on.
you.
So, like, if we're going to talk about this on air,
Yeah.
I think we need to charge for this episode.
You're going to need to charge for this
We need
episode?
to.
This
too
is
valuable.
extremely valuable.
This is extremely
Let
valuable.
me tell you the other
I need to
pieces
talk
that-
about this at Charge X next week.
Yeah. And what he said, what he shared with me was that, you know, oftentimes the challenge of the word subscribe in there is what makes people think like mentally this is something they need to be worried about. But auto ship is a convenience in life.
And they say that sign up for auto ship and get a discount.
Sign up for auto ship and get a discount versus subscribe and save. Two very different things with remarkably
the most
different
impactful thing you've said on this podcast since you started podcasting.
It's about talking to the brands and you get some amazing things.
It's wild.
And so that this is that same brand I asked you to check out their shopping cart on.
I didn't even notice it said
Same
auto ship,
feedback,
though.
right? Do you notice their checkout process had like a gamification layer?
Are they
to
on
it?
Subly? What are they on?
Stay.
They're on Stay. I tried to look it up. I couldn't see.
This is a custom built shopping cart though, but they're using Stay on the back end for the recurring billing.
So I liked a lot. I noticed a lot of things through checkout.
Okay, tell me what you observed on the checkout.
I clicked one off first. And then I clicked. So the one off went to cart. The little slider came over. I clicked to checkout. It put a pop up asking me again to auto ship.
Okay.
Then I selected the auto ship. And then in the checkout, it said also add these to your auto ship.
Okay. And it was doing it to describe to our audience a little bit. There were kind of 4 different globes at the top with a progress bar leading to
I
each
didn't
one.
see that. That's wild.
And it says at the top, it says you are $75 gets you free shipping. It says you are $30 away from free
We've
shipping.
seen that though.
We've seen that.
Yeah.
But then it keeps progressing. The next marker is $100. You get a free brush.
Yeah.
The next marker after that is 110 and then 120.
Instacart does that well too.
When they put that strategy on their shopping cart, they saw an increase in conversion rate of 1.3% site-wide across their website.
And how much increase in LTV?
Average order value
went up by
10%
wow.
plus.
Instacart does that really well too.
Right.
Instacart says spend another $7, save $3 or whatever the hell it is.
Yes.
And you just say, oh, well, I'll just add this bag of chips now.
And it's a slight they refer to it as a gamification layer because they're like, oh, do spend $10 more, you get this free shaker now, and all these other things are layering in there.
Yeah.
But significant. It's about those little tweaks and those little modifications. 1.3. They went from like 2.4% to 3 point whatever.
That's
7%. And
their conversion rate went up 1.3%.
Correct.
Oh yeah, that's insane.
Madness. That is significant revenue, especially when you're spending money to drive traffic there.
That's wild, actually.
Yeah. And so, the Chewy CEO got me thinking about what he said there. And so now we've been asking more and more people, and the people that are paying attention to it are seeing success in that change of that verbiage. And that's one of the what we're trying to talk about in the world of subscription membership and recurring revenue of how you look at the way you say things. And people are a little bit fearful of the word subscription still. And you can either get through that by explaining to them, you can get out and move on from this earlier, or you can see some value, like changing the way you approach it.
That's wild.
And
Will
look
you
at
send
it.
me the data? You got a text?
Yeah, I'll send it over to you.
I could use some of that next week.
It'll be in the show notes and in the description later today.
Okay.
All right, so let's finish off on here talking about Dish Network a little bit and Sling TV, who's been to SubSummit before. And this was remarkable to me. I saw one of my favorite newsletters in the world is Charter. So look at this graph here. And for those of you that at home that can't see it, since 2018, Dish Network subscribers have declined, gone from 13.1 million down to 9.75 million. They also own Sling TV, which is a streaming live TV service. Sling TV has not grown at all since 2018. They've maintained at 2 million subscribers. I want to know why. I understand why Dish TV is leaving. There's better options out there.
Yeah.
Starlink has come along. Cable internet's more prevalent. How, as far as their TV viewers though, and
so with Sling
stuff.
TV, I wonder what.
By the way, this is Dish TV. Sorry, correct what I just said there. This is Dish TV, not interconnectivity. But there's still better offerings out there now.
So with Sling TV, I wonder what their net ad is. They're staying the same. So are they just fighting? Are they just adding as many as they're losing?
It's got to be like Bradley. You made a choice recently. You went from YouTube TV. You went to YouTube TV. Why did you decide to go with YouTube TV for live over Sling TV?
So that wasn't necessarily recent, but originally the price was better. And also YouTube TV had unlimited DVR, whereas there was a limit of a certain amount of time on Sling. And so with YouTube TV, you could just literally like make it record an entire series. And as it airs, just like basically get a back catalog of all the Friends shows or something like that. So there was that value, and it was cheaper at the time. Now, I couldn't tell you right now because they've since raised the prices. They did it again most
YouTube
recently.
TV just did, yeah.
So, you know, maybe it's just the same now, or maybe it's more. Like, I'd have to check, but it
I
got
have
me in.
YouTube TV.
You do?
Yeah.
How come you went with that over, like...
I don't even think of Sling TV as an option when I did that.
Do you think they have a
I
branding
compared
problem?
it against DirecTV. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, they do. They totally do.
100%.
Why? What do you mean? Like, you don't
How
think...
many subscribers does YouTube TV have?
Oof, that's a good question. It's probably bajillion.
So let's talk
It's a
about
real
that. They
number.
probably started how many years after Sling TV?
Cool.
Yeah, and they like just blew them out of the water.
But you have to think about like the number of times I get offered to try YouTube TV for free because
Well, yeah,
then
plus
you can
YouTube's
skip
got a
ads.
platform. Yeah,
There's
yeah.
other stuff that's on there too.
I think Sling TV. I've never gotten an ad for Sling TV in my entire life.
You haven't?
No.
That's amazing. 5 million subscribers. As of July 2022, YouTube TV has 5 million
Yeah,
subscribers. That's not a ton though.
No.
I'd expect it to be more.
Nah.
Disney Plus has what, 100 million plus?
Different.
It is different.
Disney Plus is giving you exclusive content, and it's way cheaper.
It is way cheap. Well, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, you're looking at price points here because what
Yeah.
YouTube TV just went up to $72.99 a month.
Yeah, how
Is
many
that-
subscribers does Disney Plus have?
It's 100 and some million. Disney Plus.
At what, $10 a month?
Number of subscribers, it's 152 million. Yeah.
Well, they're exclusive original content.
Yeah, you're right. So you're the live TV aspect of it. So do you have YouTube TV just for like the sports and things
Yeah.
like that in your life?
Shows.
Yeah.
Then I have HBO Max, and I have Paramount, and I have Disney Plus and Netflix and Amazon Prime.
So what do you think of the recent announcement of HBO Max coming together with Discovery Plus to now just be called Max?
They don't even know.
Right?
It's bad. I don't pay attention to those things. I'm so like,
see
you
it.
know.
You see different things. We pick up on different things. I think it's a little schizophrenic, like the fact that they've like, oh, it's HBO and it's HBO Go now and and Max and
Yeah.
they can't quite figure out what they're doing. You had some observations on that, Bradley. I think Louis noticed it and brought it. What do you think of HBO changing?
I think the brand of HBO as premium TV has been around for so long, and we lose HBO is a very poor decision. But I do think Apple TV should follow and just call it TV. That was Alex's. Alex's
I
recommendation.
think they should just call it. You
Yeah.
can't do that. You
No,
can't do
well,
that.
I think Disney Plus should just be called Plus.
That's just Alex.
That's poking at HBO's.
It is. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, let's just call it Plus.
Gosh,
what's other
the Google
ones? So-
search to try and get that to work.
Yeah, right.
TV. Like what?
It's a race for Paramount Plus and Disney Plus to drop their brand name, so it's just Plus.
This is just plus.
Yes.
Whoever gets there first.
Whoever gets there first. No,
So
but
you're-
I think I'm very much in disagreement of dropping that.
Your beef is the brand equity is just law. You're erasing decades of brand equity.
Absolutely. Yeah.
True. It's a true point.
Yeah.
But is it because, so like if you notice, they recently came out and said they're removing Westworld from all their programming because it costs them too much to keep it on there. They're going to pay the actors out, residuals, things like that. So by getting rid of HBO, can they get rid of that legacy programming without people being mad about it? You know, Max may have HBO content, may not.
That's interesting. I didn't think of it that way.
Could be an interesting play, yeah.
Yeah.
So either way, Sling TV is the loser in the category here, but not by much.
Yeah.
But what's disappointing is that they haven't been growing. They haven't taken away from, and I understand, like I also think YouTube TV is a little bit of a loser in the category because they should be doing more. They should have more subscribers than 5 million, in my opinion. They should be able to suck me into to get rid of ads on there for my kids and that kind of stuff. But nonetheless, well, Chris, those were all the things in your life today.
I like it.
But now we
Glad
know
to be
more,
back.
more about you. Yeah. Coming up here on episode 15. It's going to be some good stuff. But before we end today, any special notes about SubSummit? Because we are less than 45 days away from SubSummit 23.
Check out the speaker lineup. We added some new speakers. It's the best speaker lineup we've ever seen. Floor plan for the exhibit halls rounding out. Attendees are rounding out. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm super excited.
And I think that's what we're all most excited about is just a great group of people that are going to be coming together. Mm-hmm. I had a great talk with Jessica Cervellin from Feastables recently. Yeah. She's their head customer experience and community.
Mr. Beast coming or no?
I've been talking to Jimmy on the side. I don't know if you probably call him Mr. Beast, but I call him Jimmy.
We just
see if he's going to make it.
How many subscribers he has on YouTube?
It's
117 million.
Yeah. He was in the Time 100 recently.
He's going to be the first billionaire YouTuber.
Only 24 years old. But the thing I like about him is he's a good person and constantly wanting to learn.
He's only 24. Looks like he's 30.
I think it's his height. He's a tall guy.
I think he should come out.
He's a little shaggy.
And do a contest.
Yeah. I think we can ask. Let's
he
just
should
ask.
Do something like, first person to. He should build the biggest subscription box.
That could be fun.
Yeah.
We could do a collab with him.
Yeah.
Ben Parr is going to be there talking about AI. Jesse Pujji is going to be talking about how he helped scale Dollar Shave Club, American Express, some awesome brands out there. But the community is what really makes SubSummit special. And we're excited to have a lot of great friends back in the room. Yeah. Going to be talking. You can learn so much from so many people. And the promise we always make to everybody is like, if you don't see value, let us know. We'll figure out a way to
make it right next year.
But so head to subsummit.com, get out there, get your tickets so you can be in the room with everybody. And until next week, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, do all the awesome things. And the number one thing you can do for us that we really, truly appreciate is tell a friend. If you're enjoying the podcast, you really like listening to it, share it with a friend. It's our way of spreading the subscription love. And if there's any great piece of information you took out of today, drop us a comment, let us know what you like best.